Hi, Tristan back with another video, and in this video we're taking a look at the Devicewear Ridge case for the Apple iPad Pro 9.7 inch. And the iPad Pro has speakers on both the bottom as well as the top, so you can kind of see the cutouts for that there. It provides a good, sort of stereo sound. And the good thing about the Devicewear Ridge case is it has several different viewing angles, so you can kind of see the ridges here on the lid. And that corresponds to different angles that you can put the iPad at. So you have several different angles here that you can place this at for different viewing angles. Depending on, if you're sitting or lying down on your couch or whatever, you can kind of customize that. And it's quite sturdy. This is not, really falling down or going anywhere. Also, another neat thing about this is the typing angle. When you fold this in, you can set it down here to type on. If you're sitting at a desk or whatever. And if you're at a cafe where the table is really dirty or something like that, you'll notice that the inside front cover does not make contact with the table. A lot of other cases you have to fold back like this to use it as a typing angle, and then the inside of the case will actually get dirty or can pick up dust, and then that touches your screen. That's not the case with the Devicewear Ridge. The Devicewear Ridge folds in like this, and then you can kind of see the outside of the case is what's touching the table. So I put this down, on a dirty table or whatever. You're not picking up that dirt and having it get transferred, onto your screen. So that's one plus with the Devicewear Ridge. The build quality is quite nice. It's a vegan leather. You got some Devicewear branding right here. It's not real leather, I don't believe. One sort of odd thing about the iPad Pro case for the 9.7 version, although this is not the case for the 12.9 larger version, is they've got this space here for the Apple Pencil, so the Apple Pencil can fit right in here. But as you can see, it kind of protrudes, so it makes it harder to slide this smoothly, in a bag or on top of books or something, or in between books or something like that in a backpack, because you've got these protrusions here, which I think is a bit annoying. I'd actually prefer it if it didn't have that. Also, this is a cutout, so you can kind of see inside here that that's actually the back of the iPad underneath there with no protection. So dust and dirt can get in there and stuff as well over time. So that's one negative about this case. Certainly some people who use the Apple Pencil a lot and want to have it handy at all times might appreciate this case for that, because you can put the Apple Pencil right here. But even if you use the Apple Pencil, it may not be something that you want to have attached to the case all the time. And you might want to store it in a bag or something like that separately. So you can kind of take or leave this. I still like the case and I still use it, but I would prefer that it didn't have the Apple Pencil holder here. One plus with that though is when you go to grab it, it kind of makes it easier to grab and hold. Like if you're carrying this, it kind of gives you a little holder right here for your fingers to grab it. But it's not as slimline. If you look at the profile of it, this kind of protrudes. So I thought that was a little bit of an odd design decision. Because again, you just can't slip this, in a bag quite as easily without this, protruding something. Now, you can still put it in a bag, obviously, but this will protrude a little bit. And again, if you use the Apple Pencil, you may actually like this, to be able to store your pencil right here and have it handy at all times. But all in all, this is a pretty good case. It's got all the appropriate cutouts for the camera and flash and speakers and all that. And the main thing that I like about it is the different viewing angles. I generally don't like the kind of cases that you have to fold back and you generally only have like one viewing angle. With this one, you really have separate viewing angles. And I do use these different viewing angles depending on if I'm, sitting at a table watching something on the iPad Pro or hanging out and lying out in a lounge chair or something like that. The angles might be a little bit different. For questions and comments and discussion, please see the comments field. And for price and availability, please see the description field. Thanks for watching.